Who is responsible when AI makes a mistake? Imagine this: a self driving car runs a red light. There's no one behind the wheel, someone gets hurt. Who do we blame? The AI, but it's just a few lines of code. The programmer, but they weren't the ones driving the car. These aren't sci fi thought experiments anymore. This is happening now. We already trust AI with a lot: our playlists, our routes, our resumes, even our diagnosis. But what happens when it gets it wrong? That's the question I want to explore. Who, if anyone, should be held accountable when AI makes a mistake? People think of AI as some far off futuristic tech, but the truth is, it's already woven into our daily lives. AI decides what we watch on Netflix. It plans our fastest routes on Google Maps. It filters our emails, curates our social media, and chooses the ads we see. But it doesn't stop there. It's being used to help hospitals identify high risk patients, screen CVs for job interviews, predict reoffending in courtrooms, approve or deny insurance loans and insurance claims, and yes, it's even driving our cars. The line between human and machine decisions is getting blurrier by the day. We've given AI a lot of power, but we haven't fully figured out what happens when it gets it wrong. To bring this question closer to home, I ran a survey here at SCS. I asked a simple question, the title of the speech: who is responsible when AI makes a mistake? The answer fell into three separate camps: the AI, the programmer, and the user. Everyone had a different answer, which tells us one thing: this is messy. Let's start with the AI. It made the decision, someone told me. It should know right from wrong. It should use the right information, another said. But here's the problem: AI has no understanding of right or wrong. It doesn't know, it doesn't think, it doesn't care. It just follows a pattern in data. Blaming AI is like blaming a toaster for burning your toast. It did its job until it didn't. You can't punish it with it. You can't reason with it. You can't ask it why. So then maybe it's the programmers. They wrote the code. Maybe the data was biased or incomplete. One person told me AI only makes a mistake based on the sources it's trained on. If the sources are wrong, the outcome will be too. That's true, but developers don't always know how their AI will be used. They can't always predict how it will behave in every single scenario. And sometimes the data is so vast that no one sees a bias or error until it's too late. What about the users then? The people deploying the AI in hospitals, in cars, online. They're the ones choosing to trust the system. It's the people asking the questions. One student told me, AI isn't a mind reader. A vague command can only lead to a bad result. True, but most users don't understand how AI works, and when something goes wrong, they just say, well, the algorithm messed up. So is it the AI, the programmer, the user? Maybe it's all of them. I feel that one student summed it up best. If the mistake is obvious, like 2 plus 2 equals 5, then blame the manufacturer. But if someone fed it dangerous data or used it badly, then it's on them. Honestly, it's probably a mix of everyone. And that's the crux of it. Responsibility doesn't land neatly on one person's plate anymore. It's shared, it's spread out, it's complicated. But here's the bigger question: why does this even matter? First, if no one's held accountable, then who gets justice? If a system fails and no one's to blame, then the victims are left powerless. No answers, no repair, no closure. Second, if we always blame the human, do we kill innovation? If developers are scared of being sued every time an AI gets it wrong, then progress could grind to a halt. Third, what happens to trust? If people don't know who to hold accountable, they'll stop trusting AI altogether, and a system that was built to help us may become one that we fear. This isn't a theory, it's already happening. In 2018, a Tesla on autopilot crashed into a highway barrier in California. The driver died. The AI didn't recognize a faded lane marking. Tesla said that drivers should stay alert, but that didn't stop someone from dying. In another case, a US hospital system used an AI tool to prioritize patients, but it was trained on cost data, not actual medical need. The result? The AI recommended less care to patients of color, not because it was intentionally racist, but because the data reflected real-world inequalities. And thousands of people missed out on the care that they should have received. So, When a self-driving car breaks the law, we can't just shrug and blame it on the algorithm. Someone designed it, someone trained it, someone chose to trust it. So, who is responsible? Maybe it's the programmer, maybe the trainer, maybe it's the user. Or maybe there's no single answer. Maybe it depends on the situation. Maybe it depends on the intent. Maybe it depends on us. What if the issue is that it's always maybe? Thank you.